Fine, let's start our awesome creation design again. So let's create the PSD first so that we can convert into HTML. So Control N, or just get into the file, new, width is 1600, the height is 1200, click OK. Make this as black, select the color black, Alt backspace, import an image, press V or press C to crop first, press enter, make it as a layer, press V and move here, move it into the layer, paste it, Control T, or Alt drag, Shift drag to maintain the aspect, get a new layer, press G, black to white, black to transparent, click OK, Control and click on the layer, or convert it to, or rasterize it. There is the option of getting rasterized. There is no, so let's click, jump into it, press G, drag it, great. If you want a bit more, we can add. Great. Press Ctrl L to make it stand out. Now export this or save it on the folder, and this is going to be banner.jpg. Now let's work on the CSS. Press T for the heading, heading 1. If you want a bigger font, press enter, Control T, drag outside, select it and change the color. It's heading 1. Now the next thing is, let's add the logo. Control O, Control 0. Now if you see, press V, drag it, paste it over here, Control T, fix it. So let's create a Netflix clone website. Press T here and type home, about us, just type home for now, Control T, press V, Control J, press V, make it about us, press V, press J and V, actually it's Control J and Control V, make it movies list, again Control J and V, press V, Control T, contact us. I think the font size need to be a little smaller, so that seems to be appropriate. press V and drag it as you want. Okay, now this is the Netflix one. Press V, Control T again. Make this as a group. Control G, except the heading one, we don't need the heading one. Control G, menu links, press V. Sorry, what you can do is press V, have to move it. Great. Now we need a search bar. Press U. We have created a rectangle, and what we can do is press V, and let's add a stroke of blackish, and let's make it 2 pixel. Press V. I think this is the right spot. Type here search movies, and we'll make it right align. We'll make the font size very small. Just got Control T. $30, $36. Press V. Search movies. Actually, Batman, will make it slightly over here. How does it looks? Great, isn't it? So again press G. Now that's almost done. So now let's work on, let's make this as group. We'll call it as Batman image, and this is logo. Search box, we'll make it slightly down. Press V. So let's add the font awesome icon. Press Control open. Inside the icon we need a white icon in the PNG format, let's say. In the SVG format, what we need is we need to find for search SVG. It will take some time. Don't save. So just press V. So this is in the PNG format, and drop it over here. Press V again to select it. Press Control T. Search movies. If you want, just make it blending option, color overlay, and add whatever color you want. Let's add some grayish. Great. Now let's work on the text heading, or let's say Batman. Batman Returns. Now we need some lorem ipsum text. Press T, and let's search for lorem ipsum text. So we got it. Press T again, paste it, and just decrease the font to 18, 36, 30. 30 seems to be alright. Press T again. Now over here on the paragraph, make it justify. We need 2 more buttons. Press U for rectangle tool, drag it and fill it with the Netflix color. Actually the color that we need is this one. And let's select this, paste it. Okay. Now press type as a T. Watch. Now let's make this color as white or black. Just Control T to transform, drag it. Now we need to select these rectangle. Where is the rectangle? This rectangle and this text. So this is the button. Watch now button. Open it. Select these two. Press V. Vertical alignment, horizontal alignment. Press OK. So we don't need just vertical alignment or horizontal alignment. What we need is on the watch now text, press V. We need to add the logo of watch now. Press open again. So let's need to search for play. So here it is. Open it. Press V, drag it and drop it over here. Press V again. Press Ctrl T. Zoom in a bit, use space, again press V. If you want to make it black, blending option, color overlay to black. So the watch now text, press V, and this is the layer. Okay, fine. There seems to be a problem. There is no button. So what we do is get into the history. We need to find history. Here it is. Okay, let's start from here. So what happened is there is one group is missing, which is the button group which we have created right now. I got it because previously it was just you have to select this. So let's keep the eye open for all. Now we have to import the play button again. Press V, drag it and place it. Press V and adjust the position. Again, this is the layer for the play button. Control T. That seems to be alright. Let's change the overlay color to black. That's great. Make it a group. Control G. Group is not visible. Fine. Control J again. V. We need the rectangle as well. So let's search for rectangle. Press V. Auto select is on. Again there is some mischief. I think we have to reset it sometimes. Yes, I got it here. Easy toggle button that is causing the problem. Turn layer filter on and off. Okay. So this is it. Let's drop this and duplicate this. Press V. Make it as a layer. Press V again. So here for this we just have to create the outline. So for the outline, select U, fill nothing, and just the outline as grayish. And we want to change the color this to white. Press Ctrl T, make this as white, and we don't need this. We need the plus button. Press V, move it into the layer that we are editing right now, paste it, Control, press V, and edit the text. Watch now to add to playlist, or save, or download. If it is download, you can have different icon, so I'm just doing as a leave it. We don't need to get into that level of expertise. Press V. Now that seems to be alright. Now it's time for CSS. Fine, let's get into it. I have opened the HTML and CSS. So let's load the HTML and CSS. And it would be blank because I have made this complete blank. Now what we can do is, let's start with header, or let's name it as main tag. Since this is HTML5, we can give any name. And let's add header. Header will have a logo div, and inside that let's have an image, and this is Netflix. netflix.png. So if you see, the logo would be available for us, which is too big. Now the next thing, we need a menu. It will be UL, an ordered list, and it will have some list items inside it. Inside list item we will have anchor tag that will not link to anything, it's just a hash. Home, about us, movies, contact. Finally, we will have another container for search. It will have input type text and placeholder as search here. And then we have a font awesome icon. We'll get into the W3 school for font awesome icon. This is the link that we need to link the header. So at the bottom you should see sorry for that. So we need search, so let's get into the form, click for search. Let's get into the official website. You'll get a search bar. We'll minify it because we need to add some more font awesome icon on the buttons. Wait, now if you see, so let's work on the header. So since get into the main tag, which is the main, we'll give width of 100 vertical width and a height of, let me zoom in a bit, height of 100 vertical height. Let's add the background image, background URL, Control O. So this is it, Batman. Let me see the properties. Batman.jpg, Batman.jpg. Let's see how does it looks. Control O. So you see, if you want you can add overflow hidden. Since we are using plain HTML, we have to use box sizing, border box. Now you see the left hand padding as 0 and margin as 0. Now the scroll bar should disappear. Wait. Object fit, contain or cover. Okay, this should be like this, but let's add background position as well. Background size, contain or cover. Cover is working. So the container is ready. Now let's work on the header. Inside the main tag we have a header tag, and this header tag has logo, and the logo div has image inside it, and we have on ordered list item. Inside list item we have anchor tag, then we have search div, search class. Inside search class we have input field, and then a font awesome icon, which is simply the I tag. Now what we need to is, let's work on the image height. Max width as 100%. Let's give the container width as 300 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. 300, not 30. Great. Now let's make this display flex. Justify content space between space. Whatever we have anchor tag, we need color of white. Great. Now what we can do is, this header should have padding of top and bottom 0, left and right 30 pixel, or let's say 50 pixel. Great. Netflix seems to be too big. Instead of 300 pixel, let's make it 200 pixel. Now that's okay. We need a justify content, align items center. Okay, now let's work on the list item. List style none. Display inline block. We can give width, but we are not going to give width. We give margin right of 15 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. We have to use a font or bottom font. Choose the appropriate Roboto and add this style to all the elements. Now this is how it looks. For the anchor tag, text decoration none, text transform capitalize. Great. Now we need to add some more margin on the right side. Let's make it 30, 50. That's cool. Now let's work on the search. Padding has 15 pixel on all sides, top, bottom, left, right, and we need to add width of 300 pixel, and this is going to be width of 100% and height of 100%. Overflow hidden. Max width of 100%. Great. 300 pixel is perfectly fits. Let me give 400. Inspect it and check. Don't need the mobile view. get out, so choosing search is actually 300 pixel, and the input field I think 300 pixel is too big. 150, 200 seems to be okay. So we don't need the max width. Okay, great. Now let's add the transparent property to the input field. Background transparent. For the input field, outline none, border 0, or let's say 1 pixel solid hash gray 888. Great. Alt X to break into new line. Now let's add the input field. Color as white. We have to make the container position relative. This is going to be position absolute top of 50%, left of 10 pixel. Let's see how does it looks. Actually we need a right. Transform translate y minus 50%. On the right side, let's make it 20, 30, 35. Seems to be alright. Let's give the color or the opacity as 0.5. Well, that's great. Actually, let's make this 400 itself. And with this 100%. 300. I think let's decrease the font size for logo size 175. And let's add the font size for the anchor tags. Font size 30 pixel, 15 pixel, 20 pixel. Somewhat close. Let's add the padding for the search input field. I think we need some margin for the header. Margin top of 50 pixel. Or 45 pixel. Okay, that seems to be appropriate. We can change the placeholder color. You see, this is the placeholder. Just add it color as white and fine. And if you want, you can add the font size as well. We have given anchor tag the font size of 20 pixel. If you want, you can add the same. Great. Now let's work on the headings. So inside that, let's have the container. The container will have h3, and then paragraph of lorem ipsum 200 text, all said. Too big. Let's short it out. And then we have container, btn container. Let's add anchor tag which will point to nothing. We need an I tag and a watch now text. Same for download, watch, play and plus. Play and then plus. And this is play. And this is plus. Close, refresh it. Now we know we have a container. Let's make it display flux. Before that, let me add the color of the container too. Color of the container is white. We can add flex itself, not an issue. Then we'll give justify content, flex start, and then flex direction as column. Now one by one. Great. We don't need this for now. So let's give the width of 50%. Now let's add inside container what all things we have. We have h3, we have paragraph, then we have button group, button container, and inside button container we have anchor tags. Now let's work on each of them. Font size 30 pixel will be small for it. Font weight 400, which is normal. The font is different, but we'll somehow adjust it. Align items center, justify content center. That doesn't work, so the only way is margin. So it will work. So we have to give width of 100 vertical width and height of 100 vertical height, at least height. Justify content center, align item center seems to be appropriate. Let's add a margin top to this, so a margin bottom to the heading 50 pixel. I think adding center won't make sense. Remove this. Let's add margin top of 100 pixel. Still 50. Great. Line white space no wrap. Which will be on single line. Okay. Now let's make this paragraph text align justify. Have to decrease the font size at least 85. We have to add the line height. I think the content is huge. Letter spacing is also needed. Letter spacing is 15 pixel will be too much. 5 pixel, 2 pixel, 1 pixel. Let's take some content out. Well, that's all right. So we'll get what text we have added, which is lorem ipsum is a dummy text. Add the same thing to this. Okay, somewhat close. Now let's work on the button, which is very easy. Button group, we need to give width. No, we don't have to give width. We just have to make display flex, which is already in line. It is not needed. Let's work on the anchor tag. Padding as 30 pixel. Background red. Margin right 15 pixel. Margin top of 100 pixel. Great. Close. On the anchor tag, text decoration none. Color as black. We need to add the font size 30 pixel. Text transform, capitalize. Text decoration underline is not working. Why? Because we haven't added. Text decoration none. Actually, we'll leave the font or some icons font because it is actually pretty good. Or else if you want, you can do it, not an issue. Get the container Inside the container we have anchor tag. Inside anchor tag we have I. Change the font size 45. Margin top or padding top of 15 pixel. I think we have to use position absolute. Position relative to the container and then position absolute. Margin left of 30 pixel. Actually it's padding. So we'll look at it, not an issue. Let's make it 100. That's just for checking. Yes, it is working, you see. Now since it is absolute, left of minus 30 pixel. Instead of 100, let's make it 80, 70, 80 is okay. Great, isn't it? Let's make the top of minus 10 pixel. $20, $30. Or 25 is the right one. Wait, now let's work on the second one. This is for the first, then the second anchor tag. For that it's decimal colon nth child. Background color is black. And color is white. Simple. We'll take everything out. Refresh it. Nth child of 2. We just need outline. Border 1 pixel, solid, hash 888. Great, isn't it? That's all for this video. Thank you so much for listening.